Welcome back. It's another episode of the 31 Days of Sharing with Jerry Franklin Poe. That's right, Reluctant Success Family. We are back live again. My youngest daughter, Jaylyn, is in middle school, sixth grade at the moment, and her school is being done virtually. And when I think about the teachers that are putting in this extra work and this extra time to make sure that these students are getting the education and getting the resources that they need, it has me reflect back. I've been reflecting back lately on all the teachers who influenced me, inspired me, that lit a fire inside me that sparked basically the curiosity I have for the things that I study, the things I speak about, the things that interest me today. And in my middle school years, I remember fifth grade, I had a teacher, her name was Mrs. Mullins, and she made us recite and memorize the preamble of the Constitution. And, you know, I think eighth grade it probably was, I had a teacher, Mrs. Bove. Mrs. Bove introduced me to a book called Les Miserables, The Miserables. And to this day, I have seen Les Miserables in so many different versions. I've seen it in the theater, live. I watched every movie that they've ever made on Les Miserables. When it came on PBS and they made it a mini series, I watched that. I can't get enough of Les Miserables. Jean Valjean is still stuck in me. I don't know what it was about that book, and that book that she had us read, and why it was such an impact or influence on my life. And I had a teacher by the name of Mr. Rash. Mr. Rash was a very interesting character. He was a science teacher, and there was another teacher I had, Mr. Rotoball, a social studies teacher. He had such a thirst for knowledge and history. Till this day, I always want to know the whole story. Like, he knew so much about the Revolutionary War. By the time that the movie Glory was coming out, he was my seventh grade social studies teacher. Very interesting man, had an unusual mustache, which made him even more intriguing. But the things that he knew about history, and especially history in my area where I grew up in southern Chester County, he was just a massive researcher. And I'll admit it, to this day, I research a lot of things. I like to know the stuff behind the stuff. It's just the curiosity in me. And he was one of the individuals that sparked that, the desire to know the truth about what happened, to know the truth about the past, because the past can be an indicator or a predictor of the future, and those who don't know the past are likely to repeat it. There was another teacher, oh man, what was his name? Mr. Sebastiani, I think his name was. And he introduced me to different world religions, and I studied Buddhism, Islam, as well as the history of Christianity, to know how the church started and how the church split up into different forms. And these teachers all made such an impact on my life. So I want to thank the teachers that are out there today. I want to honor the teachers that are out there today, because I know in middle school, and we don't even get to high school yet. I'll get to high school a different day. But in middle school, even in elementary school, I had a teacher, Mr. Senecal, who made a great impact on my life. But in middle school, those teachers were pivotal, because that was like a period of your life where you're going through finding out who you are, developing your own personality, insecurity, all these types of stuff that you're going through. You're going from this child to these middle years before you get to high school. And all these teachers that I had in those years made such a great impact for me. But some of them, their influence has stuck for years and years and years and years and years. And I still remember going to their class. I still remember walking, sitting in those seats. And I still remember cracking open the textbooks and the things that they talked about, and their presence and their demeanor, and all that stuff that changed the way I think about life, or shaped the way I think about life. That's probably a better way to say it. They shaped the way I think about life. And I'm fortunate that I had the opportunity to have these individuals, and I'm glad that they introduced me to the concepts that they did, and that they pushed us, and I'm thankful for the teachers that my daughters have, that push them, that drive them, that care for their minds in order to make them a better person. So today I want to take some time out of my schedule with the 31 days of sharing to honor those teachers that are out there. They're dealing with challenges that I never expected a teacher to have to deal with. There's already challenges out there that teachers deal with every single day. Teachers have to deal with all types of issues when it comes to budgets and challenging students who might have certain issues at home or in their personal lives. But these challenges that we're dealing with today, crazy stuff. It's just the crazy things of the unpredictability as to whether they're going to be in person, hybrid, online, the online technical challenges. So I honor you, the teachers that are out there, those who are on the front line of education, those who are touching students' lives every single day and making an impact. I honor you today because I know the influence the teachers had on me, especially when I was in elementary, middle, and high school. So there will be a day I'll come back and I'll go probably through some names of high school teachers. Now, if I didn't mention you, if you were a middle school teacher that I had and I didn't mention you, there was no slight there. I was just going off the top of my head, the ones that I could remember or could recall. There are so many teachers I had. I mean, I remember there was a science teacher, Mrs. O'Donnell, that was 6th grade, I believe. I can go through the whole list. I found recently a yearbook. I got 2 middle school yearbooks that my mom was like throwing away, so I have to scan those. So if you are a classmate of mine that was in middle school with me, be prepared that one of these weeks I'm going to be scanning the whole yearbook from like I think I have the 5th grade one and the 8th grade one that from my middle school. So if you're watching this and you were in school at Fred S. Engel Middle School in the late 80s, early 90s, there will be some photos coming for you soon. All right. So until next time, my friends, this is another episode of 31 Days of Sharing. Reluctant Success family, if you are enjoying these videos, go ahead and like, share, go to my Facebook page and follow me so you'll know when the more videos are coming out as we continue through the whole month of December. And if you want to be part of my weekly webinar series where I'm sharing different business philosophies and life philosophies and selling philosophies that I have used to help me stay in business for 16 years, go down here to the bottom, reluctantsuccess.com, and I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. every day this month, Eastern Standard Time. So until the next episode,